everyone, my name is Laura from the blog artreallyhouse.com, and today I'm going to discuss my must-have essential oils. This is a common question I get, and being an avid essential oil user, I do have all the essential oils. I have them all. I purchase oils every single month, and so my collection has really grown over the years. I've had my oil collection started almost a decade ago, and so I've been collecting oils, and there's definitely ones in my oil arsenal that I go to more often than other ones, and ones that I would not want to leave home without, and are just my must-have daily oils that I use all the time. And so those are the ones that I'm going to talk about today, because like I said, I get asked that a lot, and these are kind of like, for me, and probably if you are a mom watching this, these are probably going to be some of your must-haves too, because I am a mom of 4, I'm pregnant with number 5, I stay at home just with cleaning and keeping kids happy. Oils that I go to most often. So let's jump right in. The first one here on my list is lemon, and thankfully lemon is a very inexpensive oil. It comes from the rind of the lemon, and I use this one every single day. I use it mostly for cleaning. It's my go-to for cleaning. It has some really good cleansing and purifying properties, and I use it in almost all of my homemade cleaners. If you've been around, you know I've shared a all-purpose spray, and that's what I use for like 99% of my cleaning, and it's just water, lemon, and vinegar. And so that's something that I use every day. I also really like lemon just for that uplifting, fresh scent it gives off. So I use this one a lot in my kitchen when I'm diffusing, especially on cleaning day, because I just love that smell of lemon. So this is one that I order every single month because I just go through it really fast, because like I said, I use it in all my cleaning. I also use it in a lot of my soaps because of those cleansing and purifying properties, but mainly for that, and then also just for diffusing it. Now you can use lemon aromatically, topically, and internally. I'm gonna be talking about ones that you can use internally. Now, when you're using oils internally, it's really important to know where your oils are being sourced from, and the testing they go through, and making sure you're reading your labels, because not all oils are intended for internal use. I actually did a whole video on this, so I will link it here up in the cards, down in the description box, and then you can get more information on that. So when I say internally, it does not mean that every single lemon oil is safe for internal use, so be sure to check that before you use it internally. Okay, my next one is lavender, and this is a well-known oil that I think most people, if you know anything about essential oils, they'll say, oh, I've tried lavender before. It's a very calming oil, it's very relaxing. It's a great one to have for kids because it's very gentle, it's good for sensitive skin, and it's really good for almost all skin imperfections. So not only do I use this one at nighttime in the diffuser, I also use this when the kids fall and scrape their knees, or just any type of blemish or bump or issue we're dealing with the skin. I usually go to my lavender. So this is another one that's probably used daily here in my home, especially at nighttime when I'm diffusing or we're just trying to calm and relax. I use it for that, and like I said, for almost all skin things. Okay, the next one on my list is peppermint. This is another one that I use often, and this one is an oil that I don't use as much on my kids, but I use it on myself, especially for like head tension or any type of like discomfort. If I like sleep on my neck wrong, it feels a little bit crooked or something, I will add peppermint to a carrier oil and just rub it onto that area of concern. It's very cooling and very soothing to the body, so I use my peppermint for that. I also really like peppermint for my afternoon pick-me-up. So in the afternoon when I'm tired, I will pair this one with my lemon, and I just breathe them in. Just inhaling these two really help to make you alert, focused, more awake, and then also just diffusing them, lemon and peppermint together, is just such a fresh scent that I really love. So I love peppermint for that. I also use peppermint in my cooking. If I'm making anything like chocolate mint, I'll use peppermint. I put it in brownies. Now, you do want to be cautious with this one if you are pregnant or nursing, because it can mess with a woman's milk supply. So for me, this is one that I don't use as often right now. Well, I actually just stopped nursing my baby now, but I'm getting ready to have another baby. But when I'm not nursing, it's one that I'll use more often. Okay, the next one here on my list is tea tree oil. And I love tea tree. Again, it's really good for cleaning, and it's also really good for the skin. It also has some really good properties for your scalp and your hair. And so you can add tea tree into your shampoo or conditioner to really help with lengthening and strengthening your hair, and also just keeping your scalp healthy. Like I said, it's good for skin, so I like to mix this one with lavender and also frankincense, which is on my list here too. But those three together really help with cover almost all the basics with any type of like skin imperfection. So I use my tea tree a lot for that. Next up is my oregano, and oregano isn't one that I use daily or even really that often, but it's still one of my must-have oils, and that's because it's a very powerful immune boosting oil. So this is one that I would not want to go without, especially if I was going on like a vacation or I'm leaving the house for a little while. I want to take this in case someone isn't feeling their best. I will whip out my oregano. It is a hot oil, so you want to be cautious with this one if you're using it internally or topically, because it can burn. So you want to make sure to dilute it first before putting it on the skin, capsuling it in a veggie capsule before taking it internally. But like I said, this is one that I don't do every single day, but one that if I need to boost my immune system, I'm going to go straight to this one. So it's going to be one that I use more often here in the cooler months when there's more things going around. I don't prefer to diffuse this one. If you like the smell of oregano, you can definitely diffuse it. It's not my favorite scent, but we do use it topically and internally when needed. Okay, so next up is frankincense, and this of course is on my must-have list because frankincense is known as the king of oils because it pretty much covers all the basics. It's good for respiratory support, it's good for your immune system, it's amazing for the skin, it has anti-aging properties. This is one that I like to add into all of my skincare recipes. Like I said, with lavender and tea tree, it kind of covers all the basics, but this one is especially good for wrinkles and fine lines and all of that fun stuff that comes along with aging. So I like to add this into my face moisturizer and just face wash, anything, just getting it onto my skin. It's also really good for the cells, and so I like to keep it on my skin and my kids' skin just for that as well. And it's really good at boosting the immune system as well. So if you're ever in doubt, use frankincense. It is a more expensive oil, but it's definitely one that you want to have. And it's also known as a drive oil, which means it helps the other essential oils to work better. So if you're using another oil and you layer it with frankincense, it's gonna help that other one to even work better. And because it works for almost every ailment, it's one that I go to if I'm not sure on something, or someone's just not feeling well, or there's just something I'm not sure about, I will just go to my frankincense. Okay, similar to that one is rose, and I only have rose in a roller bottle right now because rose is also a very expensive oil. It takes a ton of rose petals just to make one drop of rose essential oil. So this one is a more expensive oil, but again, one that I would not want to go without, especially with having kids, because it's a very gentle oil. It's good for sensitive skin, and it is amazing for any type of skin imperfection as well. It's also really good for anti-aging. It actually helps to produce collagen, and the reduction of collagen is what causes a lot of anti-aging and wrinkles and fine lines as we age. And so this one helps with that. Another powerful immune boosting oil. It's kind of like the queen of oils. Like if I say king for frankincense, the rose is the queen of oils. It has a lot of really good benefits as well. But for me, it's one that I go to for my kids, especially because it is so gentle, and because I have it in a roller bottle, it's already diluted, and so I can just apply it onto their backs, down their spines, or on the bottoms of their feet, and it really helps to boost that immune system. Okay, next up is wild orange. This is an oil that I diffuse in my home all the time. I absolutely love the smell of wild orange. It's very uplifting, it's energizing. It's also really good at promoting positive feelings. And so of course, this is one, especially with kids around, that I like just to have diffusing just to kind of set the mood. It is really good for focus and concentration. So this one paired with peppermint is one that I like to diffuse often. Lavender, it can actually be really relaxing and calming. And so I like to do this one at nighttime with lavender, and then during the day with peppermint. Wild orange is also another one that I use for cleaning. It's good for cleansing and purifying. I actually use this one with some olive oil for all of my furniture, like to polish furniture. It works really well for that. But it can be used aromatically, topically, and internally, but I use it most often just aromatically because I absolutely love the smell of wild orange. It just has that beautiful citrus smell. It also comes from the rind of the fruit. You can add it into your water to flavor it. There's just so many things that you can do with wild orange, so it's definitely on my must-have list and one that I use most often. Okay, next up is bergamot. This one, bergamot is my all-time favorite citrus oil. I absolutely love this one. The scent of it is beautiful. It's another one that I diffuse often in my home. And when I was getting this list together, I wanted to have 10 oils. Bergamot was the first one I grabbed for. It's like, well, I know I'm gonna be talking about bergamot because it is my must-have oil. I never wanna leave without this one. It can also be used internally, topically, and aromatically, but I want to be careful with bergamot or any citrus oils, but especially bergamot, as it is photosensitive. So if you apply it onto the skin and you go outside, it could cause you to burn. So you want to be careful with topical use of bergamot, especially during the warmer months when we're spending more time outside. But this is one that I like to apply to my pulse points. It helps to ground my emotions and just helps me to be more balanced. And then I also, like I said, I like to add this one to my diffuser often. So bergamot is definitely on my must-haves because I use it every day. In fact, this one is gone and it's time to order another one. Okay, and the last one here of my top 10 must-have essential oils that I use all the time, this is Copaiba. And Copaiba actually has some similar benefits as frankincense, but it also is very different. It also has a lot of similar properties to like CBD, which we all know that that's been a really popular thing, CBD oil, where people have been using it. But Copaiba can do a lot of the same things that that oil can do. It's very calming, it's very relaxing, it's high immune boosting. This is another one that I really like to have around, especially in the cooler months whenever temperatures are dropping and there's just more junk going around. I know that's coming soon. So Copaiba is one that I like to use. And this one is one that I actually like to take internally just by like dropping it under my tongue, putting a drop under my tongue in the morning. Helps kind of just to start off my day right. But it is one that can be put straight under the tongue if you have one that's safe for internal use. It's not hot at all. It has like a really woodsy scent to it, earthy smell. I do like to diffuse it too. Diffusing this one with lavender is very calming and relaxing, and this is a great one for promoting a good night's sleep. So if you don't sleep very well, you can try Copaiba. It's very helpful for that. So those are my 10 must-have essential oils that I take with me if I'm leaving, or ones that I just am grabbing to all the time. Like I said, I have hundreds of oils, and I do get into the other ones too, but these are the ones that I go to most often. So if you guys have some must-have oils, share them with me down in the comments below. I'd love to see what yours are. I've also already shared my must-have roller bottle blends, and so I will link that video, but this is just my single oils that I use all the time. If you are new to my channel, be sure to check out my description box. I have a free oil class down there if you want more information on oils. I also have lots of other free ebooks, and I have some printables with some roller bottle recipes. So if you're new to oils and you're looking for some more education, I have all kinds of resources for you down in the description box below. And also, if you're new, please hit that subscribe button. I get out new videos every week, essential oil education. I share lots of different natural recipes and DIYs, and I hope that you guys stick around, and I will see you in the next one.